Welcome to the Book Buzz Show with Cheryl, where we dive into the captivating world of books. Here at the Book Buzz Show, we encourage you to make your pages turn with joy and immerse yourself in a magical literary experience. Enjoy the show. Welcome to the Book Buzz Show with Cheryl, where we dive into the captivating world of books. Here at the Book Buzz Show, we encourage you to make your pages turn with joy and immerse yourself in a magical literary experience. Enjoy the show.
Hello, hello, and welcome to the Book Buzz Show. I am your host, Cheryl Brooks. If you are new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. If you enjoy the upcoming show, please like the broadcast that help it to get noticed. Also, we are trying to expand our um, our show. So if you could go over to YouTube if you haven't already and subscribe, that'll be a big help as well. Um, Also, if you are new here at the Book Buzz Show, we do discuss the book and the characters with minor spoilers, but we don't give any major spoilers or plot twists away. Just enough so you can get an idea what the story is about and hopefully uh, get you to want to enjoy it for yourself. Here at the Book Buzz Show, we also have two segments. So please be sure to stick around for our second segment where me and my co host will be giving our highlight of the week, and get your pen and paper ready for that, as well as our guests will have three book recommendations for you as well. All right, I'm excited about tonight's show. We have a special guest, and this is her debut novel. And let me bring it on the screen. And this is the cover, beautiful cover. The Woman He Chose is the name of the book by Ty'Esha Willis. For those looking, again, that is The Woman He Chose, and that is the book cover on the screen. For those who are listening later, that is The Woman He Chose by Ty'Esha Willis. And I cannot wait to discuss this book. I really enjoyed it. And without further ado, I'm going to bring on tonight's guest along with my co-host this evening, Katina Brown. Bring them on. Welcome, Ty'Esha, to the show.
Welcome.
All right, let's see. Do we have anybody in the audience before we get started? Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. J Detroit 627 and Erica, thank you for joining us. Okay, so Ty'Esha, for those who are new to you, since this is your first time on the show, and I know this is your debut, but your professional writing journey is new. But give us an idea of how you got started and what made you want to get into writing a book and getting it published. You on mute.
Okay, so I've loved books forever since I was 13, and I've been like writing stories, you know, off and on in my head forever, not thinking I would ever write anything down or make anything into something that I could find on a bookshelf. But one day I had a dream, and this book came to me plotting everything so clearly that I was like, okay. And I immediately had to go tell my husband. I'm like, what do you think of this? And he's not even a reader. And he was like, that definitely sounds like a really good book. And I was like, I think I might actually have to sit down and write this. So
Okay.
that's what I did.
How long ago was that?
In June of last year.
Okay.
So a year ago.
Not bad, not bad. And you already got it published. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did you decide right up front that you wanted to do independent, or did you want to also try shopping it around?
No, I knew right up front that I wanted to do it independent. I had seen a few other indie authors and what they were able to put out on their own. And I really didn't want to go the traditional route of like having to wait in line.
Right.
I'm not a patient person, but I definitely didn't want to wait years and years to see this book to come to fruition.
I definitely
Mhm.
understand that. Hey, Myra, thank you for joining us.
Hey,
Okay,
Mama.
so how long did it take you from the time that you actually sat down and besides the year? Was it the full year that you've been writing, or were you taking breaks in between?
No, I sat down and wrote that book in 3 months.
Okay.
So like
Oh,
from start to finish, before I sent it off, to get edited and everything like that, it was 3 months.
Okay. Love it, love it.
okay.
So what's the ride been like for you? What since you published it, how's it been?
It's
The
actually been
experience.
really great. Yeah, it's been really great. Glory to God, because I am not a big pick me type of person. The thought of asking anybody to like pick my book,
Mhm.
like I was like, ew, yuck. I'm like, I was like, I don't want to do this, Lord, and I was, so
Uh-huh.
it
Yeah.
took me a lot of praying, and I was like, oh, but after my initial, I was like, I'm gonna do it. Between the Lord and therapy, I was able to go ahead and come on out there, and I've been doing book fairs. I actually got a bookstore event next month, and so like it's
Okay.
been awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, I saw you been on it. And I ain't mad at you. Oh man.
That's
So
awesome.
have you discovered what your writing process is like as far as do you outline? Do you just go by the seat of your pants? And what comes to you first? The characters, the plot? How was it for you with this one?
Yes, so it ruminates around in my head the people, the how it's like the whole plot, and it's only once I sit down and start to kind of flow. Okay, what's
Mhm.
happening with this person? Like to
Mhm.
me, the very first thing I did was come up with names, because I was like, what, who, what, like it had to make sense to me. This is the
Right.
Jewel family, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
so Tiffany, hey, so my process definitely is like, okay, like what are these characters? Like, what are they? What? Because when I read a book, I can vividly see the people. Like,
Right.
it's like a
Mhm.
movie. I can see what's happening
Right.
like in real time. And so the book was playing out in my head, and I needed to be exactly how it plays in my head.
Love it. Okay, so were you writing more while you work? But do you think you're more creative in the mornings or in the evenings?
In the evenings all the time, like in the middle of the night, something will just come to me. I got kids, so I'm definitely waking up in the middle of the night. And so
Yeah.
like I will pick up my phone, write a note, or write something
Mhm.
down, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get it tomorrow.
Mhm.
But using my phone as the little notepad feature and everything like that,
Yeah.
nighttime was always when I'm like, okay, slow down, brain. So I'll get to you tomorrow.
And I heard some other authors who's been on the show. They were saying that uh, they get it. Always seem like they get inspired when they're at work or something, and then they have to go
Mhm.
into their notes. And did we just have somebody on
We
continue to say
did.
that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the most
Yeah.
impromptu times I can be in a meeting, but I work from home, so
Okay.
I just grab my phone and I'm like, okay, write down, because it's just usually like an idea. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Right.
Like it's like, okay, so this is about to happen. Okay, that makes sense, and like it'll just keep, it's like an avalanche. It just like it'll roll downhill and just idea after idea after
Mhm.
idea. So
Okay.
Okay, so I started asking questions like fun questions about romance. Okay, so what is your favorite romantic gesture in romance?
I like the corny, like over the top display at the end. You know what I mean? Because it's usually always the man that mess up.
Right.
And so, he always got to come at the end with a big grand, like hullabaloo and everything like that. And I'm like, girl, make them work for it, okay? Like, gut punch them. Like, it's going to be a minute. That's my favorite. When I see that, I be like, oh, girl, you got to get forgiven.
I love it. And I always say that I love this is like a grand where it's like a frantic rush to the train station or the airport. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like,
okay,
you
so
stop
what's
that plane like Ross did. Better get on that thing. Find a way. Make it happen.
Right. So what's an overused romance cliche that you secretly love, like Secret Baby or something like that?
Oh yes, that's it right there. Secret Baby, okay? Because it's cringy. Like, homegirl, no, she wrong. There ain't no reason. But I got to see how, like, Eric Dickey, like, I don't care who did it. Like, I want to read it because, like, how you showing up 10 years later and you little Joey looking just like the neighbor? Like, ain't nobody noticed that little Joey look like. I just be like, how you gonna make this work? And I'm interested, okay? Like, tag me in. And I be critiquing. I be like, nah, she should have told him a little bit sooner than that. This kid about to go to college, like.
Yeah, and I just read one about a Secret Baby, but yeah, it's definitely been used, but it's still a favorite because people put their own spin on it.
You know what's funny? It's always like something from like teenage years or something, or the family dragged them away. And they never were able to tell them, and then it was too late. Why is it always too late? I don't know, but okay.
Or sis just as mad, like, you the one that kept them away. Like,
right.
Don't, she's like, don't stay away. We'll introduce them slowly. She's like, girl, show me my child right now. Little Junior, come on.
And then they expect the guy not to be upset when they
right.
Be mad.
Okay, so when you're in the mood for a good romance, what's your go-to movie?
Love and Basketball.
Okay, we've had that on here a couple of times.
Love and Basketball. I like Love Jones, all the classic Brown Sugars, like that whole lineup, like just them all the time. And a little Walk to Remember too. I like a little Mandy Moore.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
I like a good tearjerker at the end.
And I think that's the first time that one was been mentioned too. So yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Okay, so we're going to get into what's on your bookshelf. So we're asked our guests for 3 book recommendations for our audience. So what are your 3 recommendations?
Okay, I'm going to start with the horror one first. This is my my Kindle is my baby, but I bought a few physical ones for y'all, but this one right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Monday's Not Coming. I didn't expect what happened in this book, and your girl was toe up from the flow up reading this book.
And you know what? That's why I haven't read it yet, because I knew that the topic was going to be heavy.
Look, if somebody would have told me, Cheryl, I wouldn't have read it either, but it's all in the ether, and I'm just like, sis ate with that. She put it down. That book was crazy.
One day I'll pick it up, but it is a favorite. It is a favorite.
It is.
What's your next
my
one?
second one is like any Brenda Jackson book, but Slow Burn was one of my favorites. Like this book is so old, but I will come back to it year after year and read it again.
Okay. All right. I don't know if I read that one. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Look, Brenda Jackson she don't miss nothing. Okay, so she's good. But my last one is The Ex Dilemma.
Favorite of hers.
Yes, she is amazing. And this book right here, I'm not for like Nelly and Ashanti. Don't circle the block. Okay, I don't like no. Like if you out, you out. You done missed it. But this one right here, I'm like, okay. He can circle the block.
That one was a good one. That one was a good one. I agree.
Hmm.
Oh my goodness.
I totally agree. Hey, thank you. Thank you. I sure will. I will. And hey, Miss JB,
JB.
thank you for joining us. Say we overlapping the we have been having a lot of them, haven't we? I agree. Yeah, we have back to back. But okay, so we're going to get into the characters in the book. So those who haven't read it yet or picked it up, can you give us a brief overview of what it's about? And let me bring it on
Yes.
screen.
Yeah, so it's about a man, Mason, who is a billionaire. And what happens when you can have anything in the world? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
they like the he fell in love with this person, her personality, her beauty, and everything like that. But coming from the world he comes from, he has to choose between legacy and this woman that he really loves. And so, it's just
Mhm.
about a whole bunch of shenanigans of like what happens when your family and, the cost of life gets in the way of romance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you did a great job on this cover too. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful,
Yes.
beautiful,
Look,
beautiful.
I know the first thing I look at, you judge a book by a cover, whether you like
Mm-hmm.
it or not. And
Literally.
I was like, I wanted to hit you. You got to know what it's about. Like
Mm-hmm. Well,
two
you
worlds
definitely doing that
colliding.
because I love a good cover too. That's gonna be the first thing that draws me in. So I
Hmm.
love it, love it, love it.
Love it. This is good.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the characters a bit, and one of the main characters is Mason. So can you tell us a little bit about who Mason is as a character, like his personality, his backstory?
Yeah. So Mason is the strong black man. Like I love black men, but he is a Morris Chestnut. When I envisioned the book, like I said, it
Mm-hmm.
plays through a movie. He
Mhm.
came. It was a Morris Chestnut type,
Okay.
and he's
Okay.
just strong. He's outspoken. When you got money, you can be outspoken, and that's what he is. Like he is not afraid to go after what he wants, and that's in the boardroom and life. And but he is not moved by the money when you grew up with it and everything. So it's
Right.
second to him, next to
Mhm.
somebody's character. To me, Mason cares more about the real things in life, like he wants the what grounds you, what moves you, why
Right.
why are you doing what you're doing? Like he doesn't like conceitedness, he doesn't like being motivated by money, scheming, all that. He is like down to earth, just a cool guy. To be so rich, he's like
Right.
super
Right.
laid
He
back.
cared about other people,
He
and
did.
yeah,
Yeah.
I like that too about him. And what would you say about Jasmine as far as who she is as a character?
Jasmine is the strong black woman. Like she to me is quintessential. Like I can do this by myself. Like I don't need nobody. I can just
Mhm.
give me the hammer. I'll build it. So to me, when I was coming up with her character and everything like that, I have having to bump heads against like, okay, I don't think she would do that. You know what I mean? Like, because
Hmm.
she just gave off this, like, I will not be walked on, but I'm like, girl, you got to get walked on a little bit. Like, like, yeah. So I had to struggle with her because she was definitely given, like, power. Definitely Maya Angelou can't know, like, I know who I am type of person.
Mhm. Mhm.
Love it, love it. And what would you say as far as his sister Tiffany?
Tiffany got a bad rep. I felt like she
Mhm.
wanted to be like Mason. Like,
Mhm.
given the chance, if she wouldn't have been the firstborn, maybe she could have been.
Right.
But her, being an heir to such a huge dynasty and everything like that comes with a lot of responsibility. And she felt like she needed her mother's approval. Like, without her father there to help her stay grounded, everything that her mother wanted, like, became what she wanted.
Right.
So, it was, she was, I felt like she was one of the underdogs.
Yep. At first, I was, side eyeing her a little bit, but then as the
Big
book went on,
Mm-hmm.
I understood, and then you saw. I love the dynamic between the siblings
Yeah.
because even though they had their differences, when it came down to it, they were there for each other.
Yeah, it
So
was. She gave me strong Stacey Dash vibes when I first started writing her and everything like that.
okay.
Very, like strong, opinionated, like very like
Hmm.
that's not Prada. I don't like that. Like she was very like, girl, come down to earth and everything like that. But she, I think with any kind of strong sibling relationship, you may not like, you can mess with them, but better nobody else come mess with
Right.
them and
Right.
everything like that. So
Right.
it was like, sometimes I rock with you, sometimes I don't, but
Hmm.
at all times I'm gonna have your back.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and that was one of my favorite things as I was reading it. JB is giving you your props as far as your book picks. Said very
Thank
good
you.
book picks.
Yeah,
Agree.
Hey Simone, thank you for joining us. Hey Travelle,
Hey.
thank you for joining us, and you are very welcome. I was gonna have her on. All right, so now with Mason, I really felt for him when we first are introduced to him, and he's still a child.
Yeah.
Um, when his world is upended, basically, because he was very close to his father,
Mm-hmm.
and then when his father dies, leaving him with his controlling mother, because his mother's very controlling. That's an understatement.
Under.
um, so then he has to learn how to navigate the world with his mother, without his father being there as a buffer.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was an interesting take too. When I was reading that was a heartfelt moment for me. What about you, Katina?
Just to piggyback on that, I love that he was able to take on the qualities of his father, uh,
Hmm.
which was like you said, Tiffany kind of wish she was, or she probably was, at some level.
Right.
But it's just that the other driving forces that was causing her to act the way she did, and do the things she did, the motivation, should I say, to do those things, overpowered it for years,
Hmm.
but I was glad to see there was some type of redemption there, that they can make that transition. And we always say we like to see growth
yeah.
with
Most
character.
definitely. I definitely want to have
So this,
that.
we definitely got some good growth. Uh,
Hmm.
some, not everybody, but
But even with Tiffany, she would. I think even she would have been different too if her father had still been there,
I
because
think so. I think so.
she would have had his guidance as well, and
Mhm.
not had to deal with her mother's influence one on one as much.
Yeah.
But what I thought was interesting about her too, and when she was talking to Jasmine, she was clear about what she wanted too. She knew
Mhm.
that her mother was not right, but she also knew how that she needed to do what she had to do to
Right.
get what she wanted from her mother.
Mhm.
So she recognized it. She knew exactly what she was doing as far as that.
But I'm thinking it's interesting that as smart as Brandy was, that she didn't pick up on that. Because she's always, in everybody's things, and she never picked up that with Tiffany. But she was not the best mother, and so
Or she
probably.
could have picked up on it. I think she may have known,
You think
but I
so?
think she thought that by her browbeating her
Oh,
that
okay.
she could probably pull her back in line. Ty'Esha,
Yeah.
what you think? You wrote it. What you think?
So I agree. I feel like with Tiffany, it was without the father there to balance. What
Mm.
what happened was Mason had the nights he linked on. And so
Mm-hmm.
it kept him from being bulldozed like Tiffany. So Tiffany
Mm-hmm.
didn't really have a choice. She didn't have any other people. You know, when you don't know who to trust, this one person who the lesser of, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't, So
Right.
she knew her mother was no, angel, to
Mhm.
what end? No, she did not. But, she definitely knew, hey, I need to do A, B, and C. If I just do this, and she learned how to do it early, so
Mhm.
it
Mm-hmm.
became second nature to her. Like, okay, I'll just fall in line. I'll just, I'm gonna stomach this, even though I don't really, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
keep it hush hush. I'm gonna do what I want to do. Like she was still her own person. She
Right.
Yeah.
would say, yeah, I'm gonna do this up front, and then still go
Mhm.
do whatever she wanted in behind her mom's back. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
sure at some point Brandy knew, but as long as as long as you up front, you got my back up front. I don't really care what you're doing over there.
Mhm.
Because
Wow.
that's what she kept bringing up is loyal, be loyal to me,
Yeah.
and basically she was pitting them against each other, or trying to, but
Mhm.
she didn't succeed in that. But
Mhm.
which I loved about that as well.
Mhm.
Another you had it, you did a great job because you had it so layered. Because one of the other things that I liked about the book, that when I was reading it, is the dynamic between the parents and the, like, Mason and his mother, and Jasmine and her father.
Mhm.
They both had a dynamic with their parent.
Yes.
Because Jasmine's father also was controlling, not probably to the extent as as Brandy, but
Mhm.
he definitely was still controlling and wanted to get what he could out of any situation, and he was willing to use his daughter to help him do that. But I believe he loved her in his own selfish way.
Mhm.
But she again wanted to get away from that life. So I think that's something that her and Mason had in common, as far as
Mhm.
dealing with, both over reaching parent.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely to me the I love that dynamic, and I think that's why he so easily gravitated towards her. It was
Hmm.
like kindred spirits. It's like I know, not trauma bonding because they didn't talk about it in the beginning. It was just like, those Legos just clicking into place. Like I
Mhm.
get you, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I see you for who you are, and she was definitely like, manipulated by her father, but
Mhm.
like, like Mason, she was a little less she was a little more Tiffany in the beginning, just not in the materialistic sharp type of way, but
Mhm.
she was kind of
Hmm.
like falling in line because it was easier. This is her only
Mhm.
parent, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and
Yeah.
as flawed as she knew his flaws, like, she knew where the boundaries were that she wanted to have, but she
Hmm.
also gave chances a little bit more than she wanted to just because he held the title father.
Yeah. And I just loved everything about that dynamic with both of them. But what I thought was interesting too is when they first meet, and so Jasmine is trying to start her own business, correct?
Mhm.
Mhm.
And so she wants to get in with the Jewel family because of how successful they have been in business. And at first, she wants to reach out to Brandy Jewel, who is Mason's mother,
Mhm.
not knowing the type of person
Mhm.
person that she is. So
Mhm.
she crashes one of their parties,
Mhm.
and she meets Mason. Is that what she meets him? Because I read that part a
Mhm.
long time
Yep. You got it.
ago. Okay, so but I love the the whole dynamic of that with the meet cute with the crash and the party reminds me of some of the movies I used to watch back in the day when they
Mm-hmm.
would crash a party and like the working girl was that one of them
I think
where
so.
she
Yeah.
yeah it
Mm-hmm.
reminded me of
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
But what did you think of that scene, Katina?
I did like the whole scene. I love those moments, and that might be one of those little cliche things where you loved when it's that chance meeting type of
Hmm.
thing, and the guy is like taken aback and is like, whoa, type of thing. Always, the player and is like women are like, oh my God. And
Mm-hmm.
and then he finally sees someone that gets his attention and he can't forget about her, all those type of things. So that was really cool.
But
That
you know what
I
I
Yeah.
thought was funny in that scene though, when he finds out that she is trying to get an appointment with his mother, he basically tells her,
don't
Don't do
even
that
it.
you'll do better with it. Trying to,
yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
don't
so
do
he
that.
actually tried to help her. I think didn't he give
Mm-hmm.
have her set up an
He
appointment with
did,
his
but she kind of showed herself. She showed Jasmine that it wasn't a good idea when she, came up
Mm-hmm.
and was a little like, "Who's this?" Type of thing.
oh yeah.
Yeah, so she learned quickly that Brandy was not
Mm-hmm.
the one to
Mm-hmm.
talk to.
She's not easily deterred. She
Right.
saw like her standoffishness, and
Hmm.
he's like, you never gonna talk to her.
right.
If she wanted to speak to you, you would have spoken to her. Like
Hmm.
she couldn't leave quick enough. Like you'll never see her again. And Jasmine is like, oh no, I can make it happen. But that I think that determination, you know what I mean. I think that's what sparked his interest. Like
Right.
because it was like, ah, this
Okay.
woman she clearly don't like you. Like
Hmm.
it was clear she don't like you, but
Clearly.
you determined to
Yep.
meet her anyway. You're determined to get some time with her, so much
Mhm.
so that you're willing to go. And that's
Yeah.
why he dropped the assistant's name.
Right.
He's like, I'm gonna see
Hmm.
what you can do. So
Yeah, I love that whole dynamic between them when they first met. Now, one thing that I love to read about, and I say all the time, is strong friendships. So I love the friendships in the book too, and
Yes.
how her friend was always supportive and trying to, egg her on, encourage her to do things. Um, and same thing with Mason's friend. What was his name? Tank. I liked him too.
yep.
Yes.
Yeah, so strong
Mhm.
friendships, and so that was right up my alley. I love reading about strong friendships. Um, what was one of your favorite things to write about in the book, Taisha?
I think to me, her and Kiera's friendship was very cathartic to write or whatever. Because you always want a friend that's like gonna tell you when you wrong, but
Hmm.
in a loving way, and then still be your friend and support you either way. You know what I
Right.
mean? I wanted to make it, very clear that she had the support of her friend, but she also wasn't going to sit there and condone what she was doing. Because a couple of things, you was like, okay, girl, you was going down the wrong path.
Right.
Mhm.
Let's head this off. Let's do the right thing. And
Right.
she like, nah, but it's like, okay, girl, I'm having your back, but I just want you to know this is not about to turn out how you want it to turn out. So
Mhm.
I thought, and I wanted to make her kind of funny. I wanted to bring levity to
Hmm.
the book and everything. So when I inserted Kiera, I definitely wanted her to be, kind of cutesy, funny, and everything like that. So if at some point I wanted to explore, people would already like her.
Yes, I definitely like the way that you wrote her. And I like how Tank was supportive of Mason too, and he had an outlet when he
Okay.
needed to run things by him as far as the business and about Jasmine. So I love their dynamic as well.
Mhm.
Yeah, and he wasn't as rich as everybody else, but they had money. You know what I mean? So he could be like, hey, I see where this is going, and
Mhm.
we all in this lifestyle, so let me maybe help you see some of the things that you're not seeing just yet. So,
Hmm.
yeah, he was a
Mhm.
good friend.
Love that, love it. Okay, so we bring in, okay, so Brandy, the mother, is very manipulative and controlling, and of course, she doesn't like the idea of her son being with somebody like Jasmine, who she thinks is not good enough, basically. Um, and so she starts doing things to undermine the relationship. And the first thing is she invites Jasmine over for a meeting or whatever. But she doesn't even she goes right in for the juggler as soon as she gets there. Um, because she hires a private investigator to dig up information on her, and of course, because of Jasmine's father and his, his past, um, Jasmine decides that maybe she needs to step away because she doesn't want to even Mason even think that she's in it for just his
Yeah.
money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what did you
Yeah,
think about that?
I thought it was hilarious because I wanted to make her unredeemable. She needed to be Cruella Deville level. Like
And you
there is
definitely
not.
pulled that off.
I had more thumbs.
Pulled that off because she was something,
It
man.
worked.
Mhm, mhm. I was like, at no point should you feel sorry for this woman. She is
Mm-mm.
crazy at all. You know, like she was absolutely the the quintessential, like very. If I will tell on myself. I still watch soap operas to this day. I'm a General Hospital fan. Okay.
Mhm.
And so, like, it was very Tracy Quartermain. She's
Yeah,
very
Tracy
like,
Quartermain. Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm. Mhm.
I ain't playing. I be in my stories, okay? And so,
Love
she,
it.
I wanted like it's giving money, okay? Like I can
Mhm.
I will buy and sell you type of money. Like
Right.
she
Right.
gave no, and I really wanted to say, hey, she started off as a good person because the book, I put in there that she started off, but it's the money, it's the power that corrupted her. It became like a
Mhm.
drug, and as the
Mhm.
more money she got, the more evil she became.
Right. Because it was all about appearances and stuff.
Yeah.
Even more so
Hmm.
than her children's happiness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but with Jasmine and her father, when he found out that she, had an affiliation with the family, he was seeing dollar signs.
It
Sure.
was like, hey, girl, you done did the big one on this one.
Mhm.
Let's get married. He was like singing Jagged Edge. Okay, he was hearing the song playing. He was like, I will be in that house. We will live together, and I will spend
Right.
everybody's money.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he was
Mhm.
definitely cartoon dollar sign eyes and everything like that. As soon as he was like, "Oh, you did this on your own? Cool."
Right. Right.
He said, "Okay, so how can we exploit this?"
Exactly. He was like, "Look, I got a plan. Look,
Right.
just tag
Right.
me in. I can make it happen." He was like, "He's the type of father that will poke the holes in his condom. Like he
Mhm.
Yeah.
definitely was the opportunist, like through and through."
Mhm. But
Wow.
that's why I say I think even with that he really loved her though, because
Mhm.
one of my other heartfelt moments was when she was on the phone with him, and she begged him basically to basically let her go, let her live her life without all this, to put her needs. She said for the first time, put my needs first.
Mhm.
Um, so I love that scene too. That was very heartfelt. Very
Wow.
heartfelt. Good job. Good job.
Yeah, he wanted to be a good father, but
He just didn't know how
his
because he was
ambition, right?
selfish.
It was like no. He was like, I want to be a good father, but I want to have money more. There's
Hmm.
nothing more important than me being happy. Like
Mhm.
I
Hmm.
would like her to be happy. I would be happy if we could scam as a family. Like I feel like that's
That would have been ideal for him.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. He was like, you are your mother's daughter, and I can't do nothing with that. If you can't scam like I scam, then you're on your own.
That's true.
And back to Brandy, one of the things that she was going to use any tool that she had to break Mason and Jasmine up. So she caught in Mason's ex, Evelyn.
Oh, Evelyn.
But then you feel sorry for Evelyn too. I
Mm.
definitely, it's the circumstance of money. Like, even the way that she came to mind is like she wanted she wanted him, but she really wanted the idea of like what a
Mhm.
man like Mason would bring to her life,
Right.
because that's the way that she was raised. Like, I was
Mhm.
raised to, conform. Like, that's why Brandy liked it her so much, because like hey, I can mold you. Like, I
Right.
can make you do the things that I want to do, and that was her upbringing. She was okay with another, being another Tiffany. Like, but she really did love Mason, but in her own twisted way.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
Because it was a scene where she was thinking back, and she remembered how her and Mason's relationship was good until she let Brandy insert herself into the equation.
Yeah.
Um, so that was the end of that, because when Mason saw that she could be manipulated by his mother, that was it.
Done. It's like done.
Yeah, it was a
If you
wrap.
even give a whiff of Brandy, like if you wore the same perfume as his
Yeah.
mother, you can count.
Yeah.
Pack your bags and go.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
man, she was something else. She was something else.
She really
Um,
was.
but yeah, she just kept trying to threaten Jasmine with the exposure, and then when that no longer worked, she was just going to use whatever tool she had, like bullying, and she was something else. She was something else.
And I got nervous with the trip because I was thinking
Yes.
something else is gonna happen, but it didn't. It happened different. But I was just like, I was scared for them. And I was like,
Hmm.
what is she gonna do on this
And then
island?
her friends say, don't go anywhere by yourself with her. And I'm like, oh
What
my goodness.
are we doing? I was
She was like, stay away from the cliffs.
what is
Don't
she gonna
go nowhere by
do?
yourself. You can use
Hmm.
the buddy system when you with her. Like, don't let her
Yeah.
get you in a room by yourself.
Don't
And
let her
so,
go.
yeah, she was definitely the friend. Was like, saw, hey, she cannot be trusted.
Right.
No,
And that's
no.
something that she needed to remember, because I'm glad that she didn't have blinders on,
Oh,
saying that thinking that she can convert turn Brandy over to her side, because that was
not
not
gonna happen.
happening.
Not gonna happen.
Hmm.
No.
Yes, JB, it is. You got to check it out.
Go. It's how long is this? It's a quick one too.
Yes.
Which I know.
Yes, y'all can dive right in.
11.
Okay, so I'm looking at my notes. Um, okay, so I love too, like I said about Tiffany, and the scene with Tiffany and Mason when she comes to his house and she lets herself in, and he
Yeah.
asks her, she comes to warn him, and he asks her, "Why are you telling me this?" And she just, that simple statement, like you said, "Because you're my brother."
Right.
Hmm.
But I
Mhm.
guess because their relationship, she usually always takes her mother's side.
Hmm. Yeah, because usually it's always business. They never, he tried to stay away because he felt like she was too much of his mother's clone, and it
Mhm.
was
Yeah.
only when she would insert herself into his life, because you my little brother and I'm gonna come in your house whenever I feel like it. I'm he's like, stop using that key to get in my house, and she's
Right,
like,
right, right.
you don't tell me what to do. That's
Oh
very simple.
man.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna come in your house if I feel like coming in your house. But
Mhm.
again, it's like she knew her mother would prefer them stay apart, and so she's like, you ain't hear this from me. Anytime, like, look, if you want any kind of information to keep coming, you better keep my secret, as you know. So she
Right,
was like, I just want you to know I'm here for you. And I think that helped Mason to let his guard down. Like,
right.
she's not, it's my dad in there somewhere, because he was
Hmm.
like, she done shoveled that thing right on up out of her. But
Yeah.
that father was still in there, and those morals, like it was in there. It was deep.
It was deep.
It's still deep.
It was
It's
deep,
still
yes.
deep in there. But
But it
it's
was in
in
there,
there.
and you
And that was,
showed it in different ways. Because even the scene where, and it's another one where Brandy basically is showing just how manipulative she could be and how she tried to bully her daughter because she basically wanted her to invite Jasmine out to lunch,
Mm-hmm.
but she wanted to make it clear that she was not a part of their family.
Mm-hmm.
Just a lot of wickedness, and if anything, that probably would have drove more people like this is not worth it to be dealing with this crazy
yeah.
family.
Nope.
She be like, look, this is just what you getting into. She just was like, going there. So like, I don't expect you to break them up. I just want you to let her know she's not welcome in this family because
Right.
the more, that's a small family anyway. If the
Right.
whole nuclear of the family is like, we don't like this girl, it might make a lesser person be like, I don't think I want to deal with the stress. Well,
Mhm.
so again, that kind of demonstrated, Jasmine's fortitude. Like, I
Right.
will, as long as he's willing to fight, I'm willing to fight.
Not everybody, JB, just that crazy mama.
One- And I feel like Jasmine kind of threw her off her game a little bit because she threw Brandy off her game a little bit because I felt like she was a little frazzled and she was trying to figure out I gotta get another.
Another angle, yeah.
Let's kill her with kindness, and it just turned into like what?
Mhm.
So now you just okay, we'll try it, and it was like she
And-
just had to get the different
Yeah.
angles. And like, how do I do it? That didn't work. Oh,
But what I thought was interesting, and that probably had a lot to do with Jasmine's upbringing with her father, because her father taught her how to read people
right.
and how to maneuver.
Mhm.
And in a few things, she actually would think about, okay, my father told me this
Right.
about this. So
Mhm.
it was a lot of what she learned from him when she was growing up in this world. So
Right.
she knew how to, navigate, and she knew who Brandy was. She
Mhm.
knew how the butler was. She knew all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like what was the most important thing to convey is that she was not going to give up without a fight. She gave up the first time, and it wasn't
Right.
that she gave up, it was that she wanted to be so above board. Coming up with a father that she had,
Mhm.
the only thing she wanted was for Mason to understand that she was in it for a completely different reason. So
Mhm.
instead of you hearing I'm a gold digger or I got any kind of impropriety in me, I'd rather just walk away and you just assume that I don't, we in two different places in our lives and stuff like
Right.
that. So she really wanted, you know, she really wanted, she was okay if they didn't get along. At some point, she was like, look, I don't like you, you don't like me, but we both love him.
Right.
So, can we just move on? And Brandy was like, no, girl. Absolutely not.
Brandy was not trying to pretend like she was trying to
Not at all.
she was not moving.
She
She
was
was
like,
not
that was a
moving.
cute
She was
speech,
not
but
moving on
I still
that.
want you gone.
She was not moving on it at all.
And I'm thinking, like, how wonderful was Evelyn anyway? Or was she kind of like, I'd rather you just have her, than Jasmine,
Mhm.
or just anybody in that world would do,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because everybody in that world was scared of her. Everybody
Right.
wanted. She was at the top. There was no
Right.
one
She was the
higher
top of the
than
food
Brandy.
chain.
Even the knights were like, girl, I don't, watch your back. Cause
Right.
like, and they were just as rich, but they had morals and they had like, hey, you might want to watch yourself with this one and everything like that. So there was nobody as ruthless or as high in that society as she was. And so everybody wanted, like, there was like countless ones that would stand in line to be like, I will do whatever you want me to do to be with him and everything like that. And so she was, take your pick. It's all these women out here. Why you want to be with this one right here?
Mhm.
And that was her, biggest thing. Like, you want to get with somebody that I can control.
Right, because even with Tiffany, when she tried to
Yep.
throw her at a guy just because she liked the way he looked with her
Mhm.
daughter, but the guy was abusive and all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she was like, don't worry about it. We'll find another one just like him.
Right.
Let him go to
Do better
rehab.
next
When he get out,
time.
he'll be fine. Yeah. Like,
What?
Yeah, she was all about the wrong things. She didn't care nothing about how it was affecting her kids, and luckily Mason was strong-willed enough to stand up to her from a early age.
He was. He
yeah, I
was.
think if it wouldn't have been for his father and the promise he made to stay, that he would have just moved to another country a long time ago. Like, with
Hmm.
that kind of parent, you can't even share the same continent. He would have had to just move on to a whole new place. But it was because he made that promise to his father to stay and to,
Mhm.
kind of watch out that he stayed.
Right. Well, I think you did a great job for your debut. Very layered, like I said.
Very.
And I know
Very.
I'm biased, but I'm telling you for real, everybody, that this is a good one for you to get. All right, so continue success with the book.
Wonderful.
Thank you guys. Thanks so much for
Looking
having
forward to
me.
more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
More
there will
things.
be a part two.
All
Uh-oh.
right, so we're gonna have to have you back when that's out.
Gotta do
Thank you.
it.
All right, well, enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right. Bye bye.
Good night.
Night.
And we're going to get into our second segment where we talk about our highlight of the week. And again, everybody, make sure you pick up The Woman He Chose. It was very, very good. And you get a plot twist
Woo! The
that I did
twist.
not see coming. So that tell you.
Did not.
Mm-hmm.
Not. No. Wait. No.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
A pleasant
very,
one, but
yeah. Very, very proud of her. She did an excellent job for her debut.
wonderful. In 3 months,
Mm-hmm.
rock it out. That's what I'm saying. Rock it out.
All right. So you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I can go first.
All right. Let me pull up yours.
I dug this one out of the trenches. I don't even know. How long ago I read this? I can't even remember.
You remember which one you sent me?
Yeah, the
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. You. I'm just making sure you remember which one. And there she is.
There he is.
I don't know if I read anything by Zuri Day.
Anything?
I've seen her stuff over the years, but I can't remember if I read anything.
I know. I know. This is one of those ones that I read and forgot I read it. And then I was like, wait a minute. I did read that. And so, and then I realized, oh, wait a minute, that was pretty good. I remember reading, I think it's 3 books in the series. And I remember reading all of them. But this was Love on the Run by Zuri Day, published in November of 2012. Is about 368 pages. It's not
368.
short.
Okay.
368. But it's definitely
Oh,
is
JB said it was a good read. Okay.
you read. I love it. Well, I'm gonna read the synopsis real quick. In this sexy, page-turning tale of unexpected love, Zuri Day introduces the Morgan men. Morgan men. Ooh, 3 fine brothers who have it all, except what their mama wants most for them: wives. Of course.
Okay.
As the eldest, it's up to Michael to pave the way if he'd only stop running from love. In the world of sports management, Michael Morgan is a superstar, but his newest client, Shayna Washington, may be his most lucrative catch yet. The record-breaking sprinter with a tight chocolate body has a talent and inner light. Michael knows he can get the world to sit up and notice. She's definitely got his attention. But while Shayna may be physically strong, she's also vulnerable. And when a frightening chapter from her past catches up with her, Shayna needs someone to lean on. Now it's Michael's turn to be the strong one. And suddenly, the sworn bachelor finds his focus changing from races and endorsement deals to a finish line called love. So, you get a lot of things going on in this book. You get a lot of things, but they're good things. You know, you get a dysfunctional mama.
Okay. Say another one, huh?
Very. You get an alpha male, which is, you know, we always love that. And the Shayna, the female character, she was a little naive, and I think a lot of people were like, they maybe thought that she could have been a little like not so trusting of people, which is an issue with the ex-boyfriend. That's a big issue that she has to deal with. But other than that, it is a slow burn. It's a little, you know, you
with
get
all
there.
those pages is a slow burn.
When
So
you get there, and you're like, whoa. So, but I really did enjoy the series. The Morgan men, like they said, are just amazing.
Okay.
And I definitely would recommend it. I might have to dive back in myself.
Oh, really? Okay.
Go back into the world, because I remember I looked through my Kindle and I got like a ton of her books, and I was like, wait a minute, I read all these. So I gotta go back and definitely check those out again. But I remember that this was definitely
So it's got like what I like with the strong family, because you said something about their brothers, Morgan brothers.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Just don't pay attention to the mama, and then you'll be all right. You'll be good.
And JB is saying Zuri Day is a good storyteller.
She is. Yeah. Yeah.
Because I know I've seen her stuff. It's not like I haven't heard of her, but I don't know if I've read any of her work. But I can't say I haven't, because if I go, like I told you, I was finding stuff and I'm like, I forgot I read this.
I know.
Right. So I can't say I haven't until I look back through all my stuff. Oh man.
You might have, but yeah, this was good.
Okay, I just wrote it down. And I need to write down Ty'Esha's stuff too, because I don't think that Brenda Jackson one I've read. The one
no. And we just got Ex Dilemma, I think the last show.
She was in the audience when when she was on. Yeah, so
we got Ex Dilemma again. That's a good one for sure.
You're right, because you're right. Angela had did that one. So I'm gonna have to tell Elle, you got two book picks on the show.
It was a good one, though. That's a good one for sure.
Okay, so mine is one that I thoroughly enjoyed, and this was actually my first book by this author.
Okay.
Which was Animus by Brian W. Smith. And this is the book that we actually, when I talked to him for the first time, when we did a chat, this was the book Animus. And animus means hostility or ill feeling. So that definitely jives with what happens in the story. It was published July 4th, 2021, and I read it July 16th of that same year. The page count is 176. Is Black AA thriller suspense. And the synopsis is Robert Sumina, a successful entrepreneur, husband, and father, hates his own father, Enos, so much that he told his 10-year-old daughters their grandfather died. Why? Because Enos was so verbally and physically abusive that Robert's mother committed suicide to escape his wrath. When Hurricane Katrina demolishes New Orleans and sends thousands of residents fleeing from the city, Enos, now 65 years old, hobbled and destitute because of the hurricane, lands unannounced on the doorstep of Robert's suburban Dallas home. Robert's lie is exposed. To make matters worse, Enos is nothing like the monster Robert described. Robert's daughters and his wife are drawn to Enos like moths to a flame. He's charismatic, kind, wise, and has been them eaten out of the palm of his hands. But Robert isn't buying Enos's act. So when his wife and kids aren't around, he gives Enos an ultimatum: leave in 2 weeks or be prepared to face the same level of abuse that he inflicted on Robert and his mother. Enos counters with a threat that will bring Robert to his knees and leaning towards what appears to be his only option: murder.
Oh Lord.
But of course, Brian is the king of plot
know.
twists. So
Yes.
what we think, because at first it looks like he's giving a lot away in this synopsis.
Yeah.
What we think is gonna happen is like flipped all the way around.
Now I gotta get this book. Wow. So he comes back after how many years?
Long time.
So they say
now he's in his 60s.
Wow. Okay. So 100 and some odd pages, 76.
Yeah, it's not and he packs a punch in these 176 pages too. Because
He's a master.
Oh man, I'm telling you, it's so much. When I talk about layers and the dynamic between, you could feel it through the pages, the tension and hostility that Robert has towards his father.
Wow.
And the fact that his father is coming in and swaying his wife and his kids is just making it worse, because he knows what this man is really like.
Okay.
So it's like you feel that tension, that so I loved it. And what you think is happening really is not happening. It's a whole totally different scenario.
I'm already trying to figure it out. Wait a minute.
Now I looked up my review. Now I don't get these often. I gave it 5 stars. Yep, I gave it 5 stars. I said this was the first book I read by this author, but it won't be the last. It was intense. I love the main character, Robert. I like that he made a success of his life in spite of a difficult childhood. Although he bore the scars of growing up in fear, he didn't let that stop him. This book had so many layers to it. It showed how complicated familial relationships can be. It also showed the lasting effects of dealing with trauma. I was not expecting the twist at the end. I highly recommend.
That's your
That's my review.
You're a good reviewer. That's awesome.
Thank you. That's when I can think of something to say, because that one inspired me so much. I'm like,
okay.
But sometimes it don't flow like that. But
okay.
But that one it did.
Oh, you have like reviewer intimidation. I gotta make my review sound
right.
Really
but
good. But this cover, like Erica said, it's giving like something serious about to go on.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, the backdrop was Katrina, so you getting all of that, the Katrina on there, and it takes you back to everything that was going on back then with people being displaced and where I put my notes? I can't even. Where people being displaced and having to be moved to different cities and stuff, which is what brings him to his son's doorstep after not seeing him for I don't know how long. But what I thought was interesting too, and when I talk about layers, how Robert and his brother recall their childhood differently. So Robert, his feelings towards his father is different than his brother, but his brother is younger too.
Okay.
So that might have had something to do with it. Also, like I said, I love the way he brought in Hurricane Katrina, because it brought back what an awful period that was for people with the lost lives and being displaced. Um, and I love too that it grabbed me from the start.
Yeah.
That's always a plus for me. If you're gonna grab, I don't like having to wait till almost the end of the book to be grabbed. Oh man.
That is true. That is true. That is very true.
JB, yes, you have to check out his work. This one I highly recommend. You will love it. You will
Get
love it.
into it. All of it.
And Jennifer came to the chat, and I think this was her first. I don't know if this was her first thriller, but at first she didn't think she could. but it's not a dark thriller. You know how some thrillers can be very dark. It wasn't like this.
Right. Okay.
So it's one that you can read without having nightmares and stuff. Yeah. And then you're talking about Slow Burn is part of it's part of the Medeiros family. Okay. I need to go back and read all of those because I started reading them like the more current ones. So I missed all like the backstory of the Medeiros and the Westmorelands.
That's like a whole year, like reading. It's a lot of books.
Yeah,
a lot of books. Yes. Worth it though. Worth it. I'm gonna have to add this one to the TV order for sure.
And JB is saying not a big reader of mystery, but good storyline might pull me in. Yeah. Because you get I think the family dynamics you would draw you in because there's so much going on between the psychological stuff that was, Robert was dealing with. Because can you just imagine a father who, terrorized you and your mother and had your mother commit suicide because she was being so, terrorized. And then you, in spite of all of that, you make a success of your life, but you're estranged from this man, and then all of a sudden he show up on your doorstep. Yeah, it was.
Wow, and they had no connection. None.
That's why he told his kids that his father was dead. Yeah.
I guess there's some in the book where he explains how he is undead. So look at that. Oh Lord. That's deep. Yeah.
Very, very good. I highly recommend it. Just the fact I gave it 5 stars. I don't give it 5 stars willy-nilly. But because I still could have, if I gave it 4, that's still really high for me. So but the fact that I gave it a 5, but it was excellent. I really, really enjoyed it. Which made me actually want to talk to him about it. That's what made me do the chat.
Right.
I read the book first, and then I wanted to talk to him about it. But thank you everybody for coming out on a Thursday. I appreciate it. I know, like JB said, we've been knocking them out, haven't we, JB?
I just see
y'all Monday. So the next one is on the regular night, Monday, which is in a few days. But we have a good one for you. This is this author's second time on. Leslie Penelope, and the book is The Monsters We Defy. And her writing is so good. In the last time she was on, she talked about Daughter of the Deep, and that was about the drowned Black towns that I did not know about. I knew about the burned out towns, but I hadn't known about the drowned out towns. So we learned something with her being on to talk about that one. So I'm interested to see where she goes with The Monsters We Defy. I've already started reading. Well, actually, I'm not even reading this one. I'm listening to it. So
okay,
yeah. So I can't wait to talk to you again. It's good. It's pretty good so far. Hopefully it'll, because I know the first one that listened to of hers was excellent. And I'm not really a big audio person, but the dialect and all the music and stuff she had in there.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that it's like that with this one too.
I think I read that one. The first one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I wish I would. I'm thinking maybe I can get the Audible, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely with the paperback because it was
me too.
Cover.
Both of them, because this one is too. Katrina left me some with broken many friends was a lot of A lot of people knew people who were affected by it. And then she said, I got my calendar loaded with book buzz chats. Thank you, JB, for supporting in the show. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, we'll be on again Monday at our regular time. And then we have 2 more shows in June. And then, as you all know, the show goes on hiatus for the summer, but we'll still have some stuff up for you all. It just won't be live until September.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sharon C. Cooper had a new release. Oh, did she? Okay. I'm gonna have to check it out because she hasn't been on in a while either. She was on, but I think it's been like 2 years since she's been on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna have to check it out. Was it in her Atlanta's Finest series? Because that's my favorite of hers. Well, I like the Jenkins too. But I love that Atlanta Finest. love that series.
They didn't say it was when it came out today. It came out today. I don't know.
It's not showing. You looked it up, Christina?
I'm trying to.
Oh.
But
it seems like I did see her on something. Well, I didn't see her, but something came down my line when I was getting ready, prepping for the show. But I didn't pay it enough attention because I was getting ready.
Oh, please get her.
Okay, JB. Yeah, I definitely will. She says a new series. Okay.
Okay.
Yep, I definitely will. I definitely have her back on. I love Sharon C. Cooper.
Oh,
the Priestley. Okay. Yeah, she does well with the family stuff, the family series. So I can't wait. I can't wait to check them out. All right. Thank you everyone for coming out, and we'll see you next time. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night.
Bye.